Your Eminence, Cardinal Pizzaballa, thank you very much for doing this interview. You have been in the Holy Land for the best part of 35 years, so you have seen your fair share of conflict and division. How does the current war compare to what you've seen before, and what is the situation like for people in the Holy Land?
I think, as I said, in 35 years, this is the worst period we are living, the worst one, definitely. Not only for the violence, this is not the first time we have war and violence there, but the proportion, the impact also, the emotional impact on the population, both Israeli and Palestinians, is enormous. Now also Lebanon is, and the power of the violence, the language of hatred that you breathe, you find everywhere. This is terrible. And my concern is not so much about the war. War sooner or later will finish, like all the wars. But what will be after? The consequences will be terrible.
And I've heard you speak about, for the first time you have witnessed people using hunger as a weapon in this war.
Which is something we never met before. We are talking about Gaza in this moment. The hunger, yes, hunger is, people are starving there. They are talking, the media are talking about the delivery of supply and so on, but the delivery for 2 million people, what is allowed to enter is not sufficient for all.
You've mentioned as well in the past that talking about peace right now is pointless, realistically, because of the hatefulness and the bitterness on both sides.
Peace is an attitude. It's not just an agreement. It's not coming from outside. Peace is, when you think about peace, you have to think about comprehensive picture of the situation. Now, it's not realistic to talk about peace. Now, what we have to, first of all, to talk about is a ceasefire, to stop any kind of violence, to find also new leadership with vision, political vision, also religious leaders, and then you can start thinking about a new perspective for Middle East, not before.
Because at the moment all we hear about is not political solutions, we hear about military solutions.
There is, no war can finish just with a military option. Every war finishes with a political decision.
Is the Vatican involved in the talks, the work towards a ceasefire?
Not as much as I know. I don't know everything. I don't think that the church should enter in these things. The church is better to remain outside. Because if you enter, you are not free. The strength of the church is to be voice of the poor.
It's an interesting point that the church is maybe stronger, divided from it somewhat, but
everyone has to do his job. I mean, politicians have to find political perspective. Religious have to help people to find hope.
I heard someone the other day, they made a point saying, but the church has a moral duty to speak the truth and to denounce evil in the world. And
definitely
is there a side we should be supporting in this?
We have to be attached to the truth, to say the truth, but we have not to become part of the struggle.
The Christians who are still there in Gaza, I know Pope Francis was calling the parish priests there almost daily at one stage. How are they faring, and how are they keeping their faith? How do people keep their faith in this kind of situation?
It's not simple, but maybe because they are simple people, in the good sense, I mean simple people, they're able to live the faith in a very genuine, simple way. And I have to say that we have a lot of problems, but the parish of Gaza, the community of Gaza, is the less problematic one.
Really? So they're doing okay?
Yeah. Yes, there are, of course, a lot of situations. They are not perfect, like every community. Maybe also, since they are all involved in a way or another in supporting not just each other, but also all the neighbors, when you are working for the others, you find also strength for yourself.
Is it safe for people to go to the Holy Land at the moment? I heard another interview where you were saying that what you can do to support them is come to the Holy Land, come to Bethlehem.
It's always controversial. Now, in the northern side of Israel, there are problems because all the rockets from Lebanon, from Hezbollah, are really a problem. But it's going to finish, I hope.
You're optimistic, is that the right word? Or
no,
hopeful?
No. Hopeful, yes. Optimistic, no.
Because how do you see it ending then?
I don't see leadership with vision. violence produces just violence. You need new language, but you cannot have new language if you don't have new people, new names, new faces.
Now, with the death of the leader of Hamas, and as you mentioned there now, Israel engaged in Lebanon against Hezbollah, how do you think that is going to change the dynamic? Is this going to become a wider conflict?
I think, my impression is that no one wants a wider conflict, but no one is able to stop it, to stop this drift. Everything is still possible in a positive way and a negative way.
There was a comment I heard you say before as well when someone was asking you about how optimistic you are for peace, and you used an interesting phrase. You said, I think that train has left the station.
Yes, I mean, now you need something new, creative, I don't know what, but all the previous agreement, ideas, perspective to stay, to solution, whatever, everything is not realistic now. What can we do?
Christians, people watching this now around the world.
Pray and support. Support the Christian community as much as they can. I have to say in this year, the support of the international support of the Christian community has been wonderful.
It's been strong.
Very strong.
What is your message, Cardinal, to the Palestinians, and what is your message to the Israelis?
I don't know if I have a message to them. First of all, I want to say to them that violence in the language, in attitude, refusal of the others are not the solution. Palestinians, Israel, are called by God to live one close to another, not against the other. And they have to rediscover their call. And I say to our Christian community in Holy Land, in all Middle East, we have just finished to celebrate a Mass for the martyrs of Damascus, that the answer to the violence and to the evil is the cross.
You've said before that people need to see the face of God in the other. When there is such hatred, there is a war all around you, there is killing, there is suffering, how do people see the face of God in those circumstances?
We have to look at the other not with the human eyes, but with the spiritual eyes of the Spirit. We receive the Holy Spirit. And we need to ask the grace to be able to see the other with the same eyes of God.
Not easy to do.
But not impossible. Gospel is not an idea or a narrative, it's life.
And so it could be possible in this situation.
Yeah, you should trust more on the powerful grace of God.
Your Eminence, Cardinal Pizzaballa, thank you very much.
Thank you.